Welcome back. I do this every time. Welcome back to There's an I Am Marriage podcast. Nick and Kayla, you know how it goes. Yo, so today is a very special day.
Why is it?
Why is that? Why are we even here? You know?
I don't know.
Oh, that's why.
It finally came.
Yup.
Let the camera focus on it a little bit. So it might look backwards, but
We'll figure that part out later.
it's what it's doing what it's supposed to do. Yeah.
Yep. Well, doggone it. The book is out.
The book is out.
It is actually available on, what is it? Barnes & Nobles.
Amazon.
Target,
Walmart. Yes.
Say that again. We go run it back one more time.
Okay.
Where is it at?
Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Target, Walmart, and soon your nearest local bookstore.
There you go. You heard it straight from us, straight from the press. So go on ahead and cop a copy. Before we even get into all of that, thank you for everyone that has supported us. We did a GoFundMe a while back. Thank you for all of those who contributed. We do not want to sit here and say that God has done his big one without y'all being a part of that journey. So God has done a big one, and thank y'all for being a part of that. So,
For sure.
yeah, God doing his big one, ain't he?
He is. I'm excited to see like how all this plays out.
Yes. Shout out to Palmetto Publishing. Thank you for being a part of the journey as well. Y'all have made a wonderful looking book. It's been a process. We started back in September.
We started officially in September, but prior to that, we were talking to them in July because we finished the book very quickly.
Yeah.
I don't think it was too much we really had to say because we felt like we said it all, like we laid it all out.
Yeah. So go ahead and get your copy, y'all. This little podcast right here is gonna be really short. Obviously, because we're just letting y'all understand that we have a book and we want to share our messages about dating and marriage with y'all. So, what do you want our viewers and our friends out there to get from this book?
What I want people to get from this book is marriage is serious. Marriage is so serious that God talks about it, or he has the apostles talk about it in their books of the Bible, where to the point, especially Paul, because God doesn't like divorce. God doesn't want us to be separated. And he uses marriage as a way to represent his relationship, how it's supposed to be. How God is supposed to be with his people and how his people are supposed to be with God. Christ and the church. That's what marriage is. And I want people to see that marriage is it's not just a milestone. It's not just something you can just throw out there just for pretty pictures, a pretty wedding dress, a pretty decorations, a nice suit and a haircut, and you hired a photographer and a videographer, and now everybody's
and a DJ.
A DJ and
Shout out to the DJs.
or whatever it is. Like I don't want people to like all of that it's the glitz and glamour. Like it's nice. I'm not condemning it or anything, but like it's so much deeper than that. Like it's to the point where you are literally dying of yourself. You're serving somebody else, and that's how we're supposed to be for each other. And I also want people to understand that change in yourself, either single, dating, or married, like you have to accept that change. Change is inevitable. Change is going to happen. So I'm hoping that people realize, like, if I want these things in life, or if I want better for myself, I have to be willing to change some things that may make me uncomfortable, that may make me look in the mirror and be like, okay, you haven't been a good friend, you haven't been a good spouse, you haven't, done these things. But then also realize, like, it's not just about you. Like, that's another thing. Like, yeah, look at your eye and accept that change, but then realize, like, okay, it's not going to always be about me. It's not always going to be about what I need to change either. Sometimes it's like, how can I help somebody else change? And that within, in turn, changes you. So those are two things I want people to get from this book. And another one, please, I pray that you see God in it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that you did your 3 things.
That's my 3 things.
Oh, show and tell, show and tell. No, I actually agree wholeheartedly. Those are some really big factors that I know, like you said, we think of the glitz and glamour about love and relationships, but serving each other, being not what we think is the best for someone else, but what God thinks is best for someone else.
Right.
And so I agree with those statements. And one other thing that I hope that people get from this book is direction. Direction for their own lives.
Especially your part.
So yeah,
He was snapping.
so kind of a quick talk about what's in the book. We're not gonna spoil anything serious, but she wrote a part of the book. I wrote another part of the book. She actually was the one that God was like, y'all gotta write this book. Me, it was like I was writing a book and it just happened to fit so perfectly into this book together. We wrote it together technically. We edited it together. We thought about things for y'all together, but you'll hear her voice and then you'll hear my voice in the book. So my part is I share a burden, and I think a lot of people feel the same way when it comes to dating, is that we bump our heads so much that we don't get the thing that we actually pray for. And I think there's a lot of gems, not only on how to prepare yourself for marriage, which she talks about, but also the steps you take to make sure you have a clear mind on how to get there. Because I lived a different life.
You have. You live 2 different lives.
And so the things that I've learned and God has shared with me is like, if people get this and understand this part, their futures together will be a lot aligned, a lot happier, a lot more peaceful. And that's really my goal for everyone. Well, it's God's goal, but I share that love for people, is that I want people to have peace. If you want to be married, that you will find someone that is going the same way, same direction. You're not going to argue about the little things in life, because y'all are on the same path and y'all love each other so much that y'all cannot decide to part from each other. And that's what divorce is. Y'all just love each other so much. You love the little things. I love so much about Kayla that I couldn't see myself with someone else. I know, but it's so serious. Is because it's like when I finally figured out what I wanted in life and what God had for me, my purpose, my goals. He understood my desires, and then he brought her along, and it's like, yep, that's the one. I know we getting mushy on here.
You say this stuff off camera too, so.
I know. I love her. I love you. I love you. But that's see, these are the things that we hope for, and I know we're gonna have more videos that come out. We're trying to express what God is saying to the world through us, through the Bible, through other experiences we've had. So we know that love is a real thing. Love is something that you can accomplish. Love is something that you can work on. You talked about change, things that we have to change in ourselves and get rid of, especially the things that society tells us to do.
Right.
So, yeah. I hope you're ready for it.
Yeah. Like, I keep saying this, like, it's, and God has told me this. Well, like, I felt it in the Holy Spirit. Like, it's time for Him to infiltrate the spaces people try to keep private, and a lot of it is their
love life.
Their love life. I was kind of gonna break it into different pieces, but just your relationships you try to keep private. These sneaky links. These lustful desires. Like all these things. And it's not that it's something wrong with you. It's just if you're gonna keep doing it the way that you want to do it, you're gonna keep getting hurt, or those people are going to keep getting hurt. And now hurt people, and now the world is full of wickedness. And we don't want that, because now everybody playing get back. Now everybody just wants, they have these desires, but then they're going about it the wrong way. And it's not like God doesn't know you want these things. It's just, you got to invite him into these spaces so he can show you how to do it right. And it's time, like he had us write this book because it's time for him to step into those places that you really try to keep on the low as if he doesn't know you're doing it. Like, he already knows. You just got to bring it to him so he can show you how to do it. And we're not perfect. Like, I had to learn to allow God into these spaces in my life that I try to keep private, from my thoughts to my desires to all types of stuff. Like, I really had to realize, like, God knows everything. So what am I trying to hide? It's better for me to walk in freedom and tell him what I'm feeling. And then, I mean, I know you've told me multiple times you've had those experiences. Like, I need to invite God into this space. And when you did, is when you approached me, is when you started to pursue me differently. So
another beautiful thing that we've experienced, we're recording this early, but I understand that this book comes out today on the 7th. But recently, over the weekend, we had some friends, and we're going to keep them private, but they were telling us about people that had approached them in pursuits of dating, of course, and just the type of men that these friends are being approached by. I was happy to hear about those types of men because they had God in their lives.
In some way, shape, or form,
Yeah.
he was involved. Like, the way they talked about it, it was beautiful. Like,
yeah, and
it made you feel good. Like,
it made me feel good because as a man, seeing how precise men are when they know what they want, and how diligent they become, and how respectful of someone's time, body, space, future even.
They have a game plan.
There's
kind of how you talk about in the book.
Yes, yes. So just hearing that, whether they work out or not perfectly, so we can come back and give y'all an update. Oh, that'd be great. That would be really,
hopefully
really great.
we'd have them on and they're willing to talk about that. Like,
Absolutely, but
yeah.
we're just gonna leave it right here as they're earning their friendships, they're growing their friendships. It's just a beautiful thing to hear.
And I pray they see this. It's so beautiful.
Yes,
y'all.
yes,
it's beautiful.
Yes. So obviously I'm not saying that we know what we're doing, but we know what we're doing. we know God.
God has given us everything.
Yes, that God has. She said it.
He's given us everything we need to do. That way we know that we're doing the right thing because he's in it.
Yes.
That's why we feel like we know what we're doing.
Yes.
Because he's in it.
Yes. So I hope that has left you with something to think about, to hopefully encourage you to buy the book if you're in need. I honestly, we're not saying this to buy out of desire for money or anything like that. We want people to actually become blessed, become changed, become ready for the future, ready for their futures. And I think there was one other thing I wanted to bring up. I don't know.
Reviews. If there's anybody out there that wants to send reviews of what you thought about the book, how it made you feel, anything. Just, it could be about anything regarding the book, or any questions you have. You can DM us on Instagram at i.n.marriage, or you can email us at thecurrys317@gmail.com. If you record yourself, we prefer you to send it via Instagram. It's just easier to download and save. But if you want to do it through email, that's fine too. We hope to have a website soon. That way you can submit it through there as well. Prayerfully so. We have that up this year. Either way, you can DM us or email us your review, written, comment wise, or comment on the videos on YouTube.
Or leave a review on
anywhere on Amazon, Barnes and
That's a new one. Hey, Bezos, we're coming for you.
yeah, you can leave a review wherever you bought the book, like anywhere. Just leave a review. Let us know what you think. Let us know how it made you feel. Let us know whatever is on your heart. And God willing, like this book does something for somebody's life, and even if it's just one person, I think I'll be happy because we were obedient and doing what we were told to do.
Amen.
And again, that's why God is in it. I feel like
God knows what He's doing. So we hope that you trust God in that process.
Yeah.
And we love you. We hope that you have a blessed week, a blessed life. Again, like, share, subscribe, comment. High five a neighbor. High five your coworkers, even if you don't like them. We hope
Give this to a friend.
Yeah, that's a great
Even if
gift.
you don't want to read it, it's a great gift for somebody.
Yep, price is online. We're gonna have the link in the
Description.
The description. You know, there's so many things that we gotta do out here in this world. Just to let y'all know that God is doing great things. So, we're gonna see you around. Love you.